I am going to show you how I do fret leveling and crowning. I use this lovely UMAC diamond crowning file for a lot more than just crowning. I also use this really amazing StuMac fret kisser with a diamond file already built into it. See that? This is a diamond file. This thing saves you a boatload of time. 1980s Phoenix. If you can see that, it's kind of cool. It's a very nice guitar, kind of weird looking, but beautiful in its own way. Made with nice equipment. I took the neck off. It's a bolt-on neck. It had a bunch of shims in it, so I guess I'm going to have some work to put it back together again to get it shimmed out properly. But somebody had put broken up fender picks in it as shims, so we won't do that. We'll use real shims if we need to. So I'm going to use the kisser. Nice thing about this is it'll tell me if there's a problem, but it'll also help me fix the problem before I even get to crowning. And I typically will do this before I whip out the big bar. I have the big bar. It's ready and waiting in the background if we need it. But I'm going to try to avoid using that if I can, because boy, you know, once you go there, you're 22 frets in before you can get out of this. Your hands hurt, and it took all day to get there. So smooth and quiet on the first three. So 22, 21, 20, at least 21 certainly looks good. Now we're going to move over to 21, 20, and 19 and see where we end up. Uh-oh. All right, so I don't know if you can hear that. We found a little high point. So the kisser has a diamond file right on it, and the nice thing about it is if it isn't too bad, I can usually just go in here and very quickly let's see what's happening here. Get at least a little bit of it off of here. You know, this is maybe worse than we hoped, but still, let's not revert to the big one yet. Might be able to get it off before we get too far here. Doesn't sound good though. You can see this up close. It's catching right here. And as you can see, the kisser will do a pretty nice job of taking that right off. Sometimes, by the way, it's just rust and skin and other gross stuff. This guitar was really, really gunky. As I like to say, a lot of DNA on it when I got here. All right, but here we go. We're getting there. Keep going here. A little bit better view. You can maybe see what's happening closer up. Yeah. And if you look real close, you can see some good bites in the metal there. So it's doing its job. We're almost smooth. Keep going until you can't really hear that grinding anymore. That's what I'm looking for anyway, before I get the crowning file on there. Now, you'll notice that I didn't tape this. I typically don't, because two things. I've been doing this forever, and I'm pretty darn careful. And the tape itself interferes with the crowning process, I find. And sometimes I can't get the crowning file down where I want it to be to really round out the fret. Or worse, you get gunk in there from the blue tape coming up when I'm rubbing up against it. And it's hard to get that gunk out of the way, and it gets into the diamond files, and I just don't like using tape if I can avoid it. It also takes forever and doesn't really add any value. I've got a better way of resolving any kind of a fret problem that I create doing this. And I'll show you how to do that one. All right, so this is coming pretty darn close now. Now you could hear it a little bit right there, maybe. A little catch still running here. Keep at it there until we get rid of that. Okay, much better as I do it. So we're working on this one right here, and you can see where we have successfully flattened it out. I describe myself to people who care as the human Plek machine. I think I do a better job than the Plek, but you know, a couple of my friends who are addicted to Plek machines would probably argue that the machines are better. But I think this is an art, not a science, and I think that you're better off doing it by hand. But it's in pretty good shape in terms of being nice and flat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clean, and you can see this, you should be able to see it, it's clean, diamond file, and I'm going to very carefully run this over, and I want you to listen to this. This is what matters, is the sound. But there's a white line down the middle of this thing now because of what we just did. And what I'm going to do is a combination of listening and looking, and kind of bare metal, nice smooth bare metal all the way down. And I keep going until I can feel in here that the file has settled. And by that I mean it's running smoothly. It's not catching on anything. Now what you often find, you can see here on the end, it isn't done. So I'll need to keep going. But what you'll often find is there'll be a bump or two in the fret itself that you really can't see, but you can feel in here. As you're doing this, the fret won't just give it up smoothly and easily all the way across. Sometimes you get a little rise up and a bump, and when you do, the file will catch on that, and you'll feel it. It'll hesitate over that bump, and you'll get a nice smooth top. Now, see if I can get a little bit better focus on that for you. Okay, it's pretty much gone. I can still hear it though, and I still don't really love it right at the end there. So I'm just going to keep going. Until it's nice and smooth all the way across. Ooh, but see that? It still isn't there. I'm going to drop down to 300 side and go even more gently, because I don't want to take off the end of this, and I don't want to create a problem for myself where I have to fight this fret forever. But I am going to get it down to smooth, resisting the temptation to push harder, which is a natural thing to do because it does get frustrating. I think, are we going to fuss over that tiny little bit? Maybe we are, just for the video, because it still isn't giving it up. And I'm just going to go real easy. I'm not taking anything off. Look, nothing's coming off. If it was coming off, that white spot would be gone. I'm not grinding the fret down. I'm so light. I'm hardly putting any pressure on it at all. I just want to feel it let go. Now the other thing that I do next, and I run the kisser right over it, and I'm looking for any friction. And there isn't any. Add a little bit right there. Right there. Just a little bit right there. Okay, so we'll just keep going. It will be difficult back. Okay. All right, now let's take a real close look and see where we stand with this. All right, you can see, you can still see a tiny little bit of white marking right at the top. See that right there? Right there. So it's going to come back and bite us if we don't fix it. So if I don't do it now, I'm going to end up doing it later. It's going to come back when I find a buzz that I can't get rid of when I put the whole guitar back together again. So I will literally keep going like this. The other thing, which is often helpful at this point, is to make sure your fret file is very clean. All right, there we go. There we go. Now take a look. See if you can see the difference. All right. Oh boy, there's still a little tiny bit up here, and you can hear it. You can hear. All right, I don't see any anymore. I kind of don't like that right there. I kind of don't like that. So I bet you'll hear everything is just as pristine as we can get it to be. Nice. Nice. Oh. No friction. All right, so now we're going to go and do the same thing for 21 other frets. I would like you to just sort of appreciate the amount of effort that goes into this process if you do it right. When this thing is done and polished up, it's going to be just flawless. It's going to feel like bada, as they say. All right, thanks. We'll be back with a little bit more as we keep going.